What people call weeds really aren't weeds at all. They're hardworking immigrants that come in, they gentrify the area, and then they get pushed out by plants that need a richer diet. So for example, that Fabaceae plant that I was talking about before, it's putting nitrogen in the soil. And once the soil becomes nitrogen rich, it no longer can function well in that soil and it'll move on, and plants which need more nitrogen will come in and replace it. What I like about this little field right here is that it was planted as an insectary garden in a biodynamic vineyard setting. So what's cool is they have plants all year round here that are forage food for insects. But what I like most is the plants that weren't planted here that just kind of show up and help. Like this, this plant right here is lamb's quarters. It's in the Chenopodiaceae family, so it's related to quinoa. It's a delicious pot herb, which means you can cook it up like a green. It's really good. When you look at quinoa and you look at this, you can tell the difference. These are tiny little seeds, and they're like little grains, right? It's actually very good. It has like kind of a nutty taste to it. What's this guy down here? Like a little pennyroyal. In the Lamiaceae family, it's like mint, which is growing kind of around the base of this alyssum and this chenopodium. This is ox tongue, which is a common so-called weed in California. This is what's known as a cosmopolitan weed. This is Malva parviflora, or mallow. So when people see this, they try to cultivate it out because it has a long taproot, which breaks up compacted soils. So I might think that this area right here has a bit of compaction in it. It's probably where they drove vehicles in. Soil's a little bit hard. So what this plant is doing is breaking up the compaction in the soil. The roots go deep in the soil. When the plant dies, the roots decompose and leave organic matter in the crevice that it's created in this compacted soil. And that organic matter diffuses into the soil and creates another soil biology. All the microbes come down and eat the leftover plant material that's in the root, and these microbes create a new soil biology. So here's the leaf of the Malva parviflora. This is found all over the world. You can find this in the Mediterranean, in India. I've seen it in Rome, in cracks in the Forum in Rome. In Israel, they use the leaf as a wrapping for like dolmas. You can, when they get bigger, you can wrap up like dolmas and make like little wraps with it. I like it as a pot herb to just saute. What's also good is the seed pod is called cheeseweed because they're supposedly looking like little cheese wheels, but they're delicious as a bar snack. You roast them with some wasabi and sesame oil, and they're crunchy and delicious and high in protein, and it's just a wonderful plant. But people try to like put poison on it and get rid of it. I say just enjoy it. You know, you yank them or you thank them. I thank them. I don't know. That's just me. So here's another one, Filary, and this is like Erodium. It's really good forage for native birds. It comes with a long bill on it. It's sometimes called stork's bill. It's related to a geranium, and here's the leaf of it, right? It's a pinnate leaf, is that right? Yeah, so it's a really common weed in California. It's not that tasty in and of itself, but mixed in with some other greens like these lamb's quarters right here, and some of this Malva parviflora, and this Brassica caber. That's what this stuff is right here. It's in the mustard, in the Brassica family, which is mustards and kales and cabbages, right? So it has this yellow flower, but the young leaves of it are quite palatable and good. So you put that in the mix. Here's some amaranth right here. Look at that. This is just in like a 13 square inch patch right here. You've got amaranth, right? You've got Erodium, Brassica, lamb's quarters, Malva. Let's see if I can find one more plant to put in here to my little mix of like 13 square inches of a random field. Oh, here we go. This is This is, where are we? Right, sow thistle. I'm trying to find a better example of it, but it's cultivated in some places as a pot herb. Here's another one, plantain. It's not the kind of plantain you see in the bodegas. This is plantago. This is the halophytic plant, so it like collects salt in the soil. So there might be some residual salts from old fertilizing happening right here. They say that this is a palatable plant and it's also used for medicinal purposes, but I don't think it's that tasty. So, and it's kind of stringy, so I never actually use it to make any kind of food preparations with. But I would definitely use these plants. And check this out, right? This is a beautiful mustard plant, Brassica rapa, right? In Italy they call them cime di rape. It's a really delicious, tasty little wild mustard plant. All parts of this plant are edible, including the seeds, which you can make into condiment, or you can pick the seed heads when they're young and cook them like broccoli rabe. So here we have like a little tiny bouquet, right? But it could also be a yummy salad or a delicious green sauteed with a little bread, a little glass of wine, and you could have a nice lunch from what people call weeds.